The Kia Stinger is one of the most exciting cars to be launched in Singapore this year, and you're probably wondering why. Well, it's the first Kia that can do this. In theory anyway, that's because it's a rear-wheel drive sports sedan with 4 doors and a fastback rear, and it's competing up against cars like the Audi A5 Sportback and the BMW 4 Series Grand Coupe. You're probably thinking, what? A Kia versus a BMW? In 2008, that would be wishful thinking, but in 2018, it's a totally different ballgame. Kia spared no effort whatsoever in making the Stinger. It's Korean, yes, but it was designed and developed in Europe. Kia's design department is headed by ex-Audi man Peter Schreier, of course, and the car itself was developed on the Nürburgring Nordschleife under new development head Albert Biermann, and he used to be in charge of a place called BMW M. Now the Stinger looks the business. It's long, low and wide, but we also like that it's mature. It's not, vents and wings turned up to 11, but the proportions and the details are well balanced and very confidently executed. So Kia's really come out swinging with the Stinger, and a glance at the spec sheet shows just as much. The car shown here is the 2-litre GT line model. It's got 250 horsepower, 350 Nm of torque, and there's a Kia-developed 8-speed automatic gearbox. It's of course rear-wheel drive and does 0 to 100 in just 6 seconds. Best of all, it costs $166,999 with COE as of January 2018. And there's even a 3.3-litre twin-turbo V6 model that has even more power, 370 horsepower, 510 Nm of torque, does 0 to 100 in only 4.9 seconds. It even comes with Brembo performance brakes and a mechanical limited slip differential. Now that model goes for $206,999 with COE, but the simple fact is that for both versions of the Stinger, there are very few cars that can give you just as much performance for such a small price. But how does the 2.0 fare in Singapore? Well, let's hand over to Julian for the real-life drive.
Okay guys, so here we are inside this thing, and this is a 2.0 GT line, but you can see it's got a lovely interior and it really matches how dramatic the exterior looks. There's a bit of a jet fighter theme going. You can see that in the cockpit there's this jet turbine designed for the air vents. There's a kind of joystick style gear lever. Everything falls to hand really nicely, and it actually feels quite posh in here. The plastics are really soft, and you've got these nice metallic buttons which you don't normally see in a car at this price point. But I guess you've got bokeh carbon as well. It's all very sporty, but I guess you're wondering whether the car drives in a way that lives up to the way it looks outside and inside. So again, this is the 2.0. Now it gets to 100 in 6 seconds. Bit of a slide there. And I have to say, the car is really well set up in terms of suspension. It just shrugs off bumps, and when you go around corners, it has that winning combination of being very satisfyingly agile, but also very reassuringly sort of stable. Now, I have to say though, this car is a Grand Tourer and not so much a sports car. So in 0 to 100 in 6 seconds these days feels brisk rather than fast. But think about this for a second. I mean, this car costs $166,999. In the past, to buy a car that did 0 to 100 in 6 seconds, you would have had to spend, 50% more or something like that. Having said that, if you want a Stinger with some sting, you should probably be looking at the 3.3 V6, which costs $40,000 more, but that has 365 horsepower, and that gets to 100 in 4.9 seconds. And to buy a car that got to 104.9 seconds for just over $200,000, that was unheard of in the past. But I guess thanks to Kia and the Stinger, it's now possible.